Just a little baby.
It's a little toddler-looking kid.
What you doing in my road, bitch? What is
domino
this? Is bananas. These are the worst robbers ever.
Welcome back, everybody.
Dynamite intro, darling. Crushing it as always. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined here with my wife, and we're gonna be getting some sweaty palms by looking at some curated, scary dash cam footage. Let's take a peek. Oh.
What the hell?
That kangaroo was like, oh no, a car, I'm out of here. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna jump on it.
What you doing in my road, bitch? Dude, that's so funny. I've heard stories like this is probably Australia, I imagine, which I think is where pretty much.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, but kangaroos can be very combative. Right?
Apparently.
Which is why there's always the meme of the kangaroo with the boxing gloves on. But like, they'll fight your ass, even when you're in a car. Apparently, that was quite a leap, dude. Hold on, look at this. Yeet!
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
Dash cam footage was captured in Russia. Shows a man driving down a dirt road towards people.
Is there a guy narrating this?
In such a way as to block traffic. That's when it becomes clear this is a robbery. And the parked van was an intentional makeshift roadblock.
My first comment is whoever's narrating this needs to keep their day job because good lord. Anyways, we got guys with baseball bats blocking the road.
The other man grabs his baseball bat as the driver tries to escape. But the men get in the way and do their best to prevent this.
Bat versus car? I'm taking the car every time. Like, you know, what are you gonna?
What the hell is happening?
They're clearly trying to rob. They're like blocking the road and trying to rob this guy, but they haven't even hit his.
Pull at your windshield wipers?
That's what. These are the worst robbers ever. That is the weakest attempt at highway robbery I've ever seen.
Yeah, I guess so.
They need to take a page out of the Cartel's playbook and come out there with AKs, man, because you're not. Yeah, I say that gently because
it's just very odd.
There's been viral dash cam footage from Mexico where it's like same idea, but you're literally driving on a highway that's populated and feels like you're totally fine, and then you get pulled up on by like two SUVs, and all of a sudden like a bunch of automatic weapons come out. This is the one I was just talking about.
It is?
Yeah. That's so funny. I didn't know we were going to be watching this. So they roll up. Guys here, SUV here, boxed in. Cartel.
See, this is actually scary.
Yeah, I would be and pissing all over the place. You're just in Mexico on a highway. Yup, Bob's that guy. Dude, he's just lucky they didn't start opening fire. That actually is a shorter clip. He ends up doing that U-turn and start flooring. But that's like...
He turns around and goes back?
Yeah, he turns around the other way and starts flooring the opposite way. Imagine that, though. This car coming the other way, block you in, and then what? They get you out of your car, they rob you of all your belongings at gunpoint. Not only that, but like, there was an incident happened recently in Mexico where, I forget what the details were, but it was like 4 people that were there. They all just got kidnapped. So it's one thing to get robbed, but they got kidnapped and then... I don't know.
This woman stumbles across a group of men dumping trash.
Or bodies.
She tells them to stop and they confront her.
Why would you confront them about dumping trash? Just get out of there.
They spot the dash cam, so they try to get in her car. She tries to escape, but one of the men jump on her car.
Come on, dude.
Luckily, she gets
See ya.
him off and drives away.
I always wonder what's going through someone's head when they're trying to stop a car and you decide to hang on to it as this person who is spooked already is flying out of there. You think you're going to be able to hold on to that thing for very long?
What are you going to do? Somehow reach around and get in the car?
Get through the sunroof, like force them to stop. By hanging on their car, you're only spooking them further. They're much more liable to continue speeding up, and then you're flying off the car at 30 miles an hour.
Driving the cruiser is Deputy Jeremy Gatney, who was on a routine patrol in the area at the time. As he nears an intersection, Jeremy notices an obstruction in the roadway. That's when he realizes it was moving and coming towards him. He slows down and turns on his lights as he gets closer,
Dude.
realizing what he was actually looking at.
Dude, that is so creepy, but more sad than creepy.
Yes.
Holy shit,
Can't
dude.
actually handle something like that.
Yeah, that's... Just a little baby.
It's a little toddler-looking kid.
God,
yes,
man.
pick it up. Give it a hug.
Please, yeah, my guy.
An infant child running in the middle of the road right up to Jeremy's front bumper. Jeremy picks him up and asks him where his parents were, and shortly after they would be located. They were found frantically searching for their child. It was later discovered that the child had unknowingly slipped out of the family's house through an open door, and it wouldn't be until minutes later before the parents realized that their child was missing.
That's good, but that's so scary, dude.
It's so scary.
I just did a video on my main channel. It was a dash cam video. I told you about doing those. And it was about this TikTok star / OnlyFans model who she has a kid that's literally Jackson's age. The neighbors just saw her 4-year-old wandering around the neighborhood at night by himself. Turns out she's not home. She put the kid to bed, according to her, to go see some friends, probably to shoot some OnlyFans shit or something, right? Right. Her kid got up out of bed and started wandering around the neighborhood, not know what's going on. It was like viscerally ill.
Yeah,
like, watching that.
that's how I feel about this stuff.
And she was like 15, 20 minutes away. It's not like she like went down the street to get milk. And it made me think, so recently our son has been having some bloody noses. Obviously when you have a kid, it makes you think about, I'm like, dude, imagine he wakes up with his bloody nose. He's like disoriented, doesn't know what's going on, and he can't find either of us.
No parent around.
And he's just like running around the neighborhood with like blood all over him with a note. Like, it's unfathomable.
I also think too about like kids can sometimes sleepwalk. Obviously, anything
100%.
can happen.
Anything can happen at night.
They can get up, go down, open the door, and just leave. You gotta have measures to take against that.
The idea that you're putting your kid down and you're just off duty for the night, and this is just insane.
Nope, you're still in charge of them.
So that dumb broad, man. I said in that video, for her, for the kid's sake, I hope she
this
wisens
child's in
up.
the street.
Yeah, that I imagine and hope was just a complete accident. The kid snuck out, which is scary. This truck driver was just casually driving at night. Oh, until out of nowhere, people start climbing. What the hell? Oh, wait. What is happening? It's like a civilian ambush of a...
Is it like a tree?
Yeah, it looks like they put that down on purpose to try to block the road. That's like what we were just watching, but it just looks like a bunch of normies, like trying to
weird.
Stop and ambush a truck, I guess.
They weren't going after the vehicle though, so.
Looked like they were. Like.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
some of them are climbing back over.
Yeah, well, they're not going to stand in front of the truck. Like, they're going to try to frighten him into stopping, I guess. But good for him, he didn't. Kind of wild, though. That was really strange.
A tree was falling, and it started a domino effect with more trees falling closer and closer to their vehicle.
What the hell?
The family attempts to reverse out of there, but the trees catch up to them and fall directly on top of their car, leaving them trapped. Meanwhile, even more continue to fall on top of them.
Dude, that is crazy. What is the cause of this kind of event? What is
domino
this?
This
is bananas.
Is it because like all the roots are intertwined or something?
Interconnected?
I mean,
I feel like that has to be some sort of like low grade.
Falling was later discovered to be the result of what's known
landslide
as stabilization caused by excessive amounts of rain.
Oh,
in the last 8 days, it had rained pretty much non-stop in the area. This waterlogged the soil, making the ground loose.
There you go.
Which essentially made it so all the trees didn't have a firm hold in the ground.
That's crazy. I never seen anything like that.
What the heck
It wasn't like very mountainous either. It looked kind of flat, and all of a sudden, this whole line of trees just start topping down one by one. That was really wild. I hadn't seen that before.
We interrupt this program to bring you
landscaper outside the office moment.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Hey, there's a car following me. He's throwing at me. I'm on Lomas, going eastbound, and he's I don't know what he's doing, man.
Hey, Lomas, and what's the closest cross street?
Right now, San Pedro. It's a red light. Holy I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do, man.
Is that just random, or did you get like in a road rage incident? It would be strange if it was just a strange.
Chrysler 300. And I don't know what
they're doing. Behind you in front of you?
Yes, he's right behind me. They keep flashing their lights at me, and they just threw something at my car.
Heck,
okay,
so creepy.
What color vehicle are you in?
I'm in a silver Subaru Forester. Holy cow.
Are they still throwing things?
They're just right behind me. I don't know what they're doing, man.
What is
he doing?
What's that gonna do?
Yeah, they're not gonna go through the red light for you.
Hold on. Hey, let's get right.
Are you still there?
So he got the cop to understand what was happening? Some people are on a hinge. I'd like to know if there was any pretense to that, though.
Right, like
did he cut the guy off? Like,
exactly.
Seems like
road rage incident.
Like,
he's got it.
What are you doing? Oh, keep distance, bro.
Keep distance, bro. Yeah, I mean, you just don't.
The heck? Can you just speed by them now?
Well, then they'll catch up to you. Like, it's weird. If you're...
Like, what are you supposed to
Are
do?
you gonna get in a high-speed pursuit with an unhinged person?
No.
With a passenger with an axe? Like, so they turn around. Don't know how that ended, but if there's a guy waving an axe at me out the window and driving erratically, I'm probably trying to get out of there ASAP. Oh, the old emergency landing dash cam.
Night 2022, a small plane in San Diego
Wait,
had lost power mid-flight.
Get out of here on the highway?
The plane wasn't close enough to an airport, and this information was given to air traffic control. The 2 men inside the plane were instructed to perform an emergency landing on the nearest road. The
Okay.
cameras on this Tesla show exactly that from multiple
Did they
different
have
angles.
cops? It looks like they had cops to maybe block the road off. Yeah, they must have. Holy shit.
Yeah, but it all happened so fast. Like, how?
I don't know. Whoa, dude.
Okay, luckily it was a small plane.
Yeah, no, Cessna, yeah, like a
Plane
little...
strikes a sign as it touches down. It was forced to continue driving up towards a second intersection, where it hits an SUV. The plane lost a wing and it began leaking gas all over the road.
Yep.
Jeez Louise.
The 2 inside of the SUV and the 2 inside of the plane were taken to the hospital. All of them suffered only minor injuries, though.
Wow,
Phew.
Authorities actually commended the pilot for the landing.
sure.
He managed to keep the plane on the road, doing minimal damage considering the circumstances.
Yeah, of course. Anytime you have a disaster in a plane and you're able to emergency land it without dying,
And all minor injuries.
I would call that a success. Yeah. I'm surprised that they instructed him to land in a residential area. Well, the alternatives are crashing into a residential area, so it's like, all right,
Sure.
what's
Try
the,
and land
what's,
on a roadway.
Yeah, what's the least problematic situation? Try to land on a road, even though there's cars around. Like, it's better than going into a house or something like that. Flying's scary. Smaller planes. I mean, just flying in general, but dude, I hate the idea. Like, you're up in a little plane and the engine fails.
This has to be one of the scariest moments I've ever had driving. Driving down a country lane, just minding my own business. I turn the corner, and the next thing I know, I see a stampede of cows walking towards me. It's not even like there was a few cows; there were dozens of cows. who had
Scariest
literally
moment
just
you've ever
escaped
had?
From this pen up ahead.
Shut up.
And this cow in the very back.
You wouldn't be
couldn't even
scared?
wait until they escape.
Of
This
cows
car
while I'm in a
breaking me.
truck?
All I can do is just stay there, stationary, and wait for these.
What the hell's a cow gonna do,
Naturally,
methane
cows are
gas me
very
to death?
curious animals, so of course every single
It's like the
cow
most
was
docile
attracted to
animal
that
on the
car like
planet.
it was a magnet. Now, it only got worse as more cows approached because they were no longer walking in a single file.
That was the scariest moment of that man's life. He's lived a pretty decent life, I would say. All right, well, we ended on a not so scary one, but there were some pretty terrifying ones in there, I would say.
Yeah.
As always, thank you, Dashcam Footage, for providing me scary things to watch. And thank you guys for joining us as we watch through some of these videos. We appreciate your time, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. Deuces.